Okay, just want to do a quick overview of the PS2 horror games in our collection. And just a little overview, I've only played a few of these. My wife is actually the horror fan, and these are all games she bought 15, 20 years ago. First up's Fatal Frame 2. Pretty much everybody knows the Fatal Frame series. You can tell it came from GameStop. It's back when they used to put the sticker on the instruction booklets for whatever reason. But basically, you go around with a camera, and that is how you capture and defeat ghosts. Next up is the Silent Hill 2 series. And for some reason, we have two copies. One is missing the manual, and the other has it. Brand new, looks never used. My wife will not let me get rid of the second copy, so we have two. And Silent Hill is pretty popular also. They just recently did a remake of the second one. Here's the third one. And this one's complete. It's actually got a walkthrough she printed out way back in 2004. Actually, almost to the day. Next on the list, Silent Hill 4. Not sure how, but this one got some water damage at some point in its life. You have a funny story about the first one whenever I go over the PlayStation 1 games, but not sure how. I'll be on the lookout for a nicer looking copy. Next up, Alone in the Dark. They recently came out with a PS5 remake of this game, which we have. We got the collector's edition. Here's the Suffering. There is a second one in this game, I believe. We do not currently own it. Again, I think she purchased this one brand new back in the day. Here's another game you don't see very often. It's called the Siren. Also complete. Instruction booklet looks like it's never been used. Now we are on to the Resident Evil games. Code Veronica X. The initial one was actually released, made for the Sega Dreamcast, which is why this one has the X in the title. Do not have the instruction booklet for this one though. And Resident Evil 4. Pretty popular games, had some remakes. Again, the instruction booklet looks like it's never even been opened. Keeping on with Resident Evil, we got Resident Evil Dead Aim. this one you can actually plug in the GunCon 2. From what I've experienced, it doesn't really work that well with this game. You still need a controller for most of it, but it is kind of cool. And now we have the Resident Evil Outbreak games, Part 1 and 2. And I guarantee my wife probably mailed in the proof of purchase to get a $10 rebate. Moving on to another popular game, Clock Tower 3. Which Limited Run just did a remaster version not too long ago. Oops. It's another game with the instruction booklet. Looks brand new. And most of these games she got years ago. A lot of them I remember pulling off the stickers, you know, like 10 or 15 bucks. Next up is Extermination. If I'm not mistaken, this was like a launch title for the PS2. I could be wrong. Now we have The Thing. It's another game I don't know much about. Obviously, survival horror. If my memory is right, you're within a group of people, and the thing actually like takes over people in your group. So you're always trying to figure out who's the bad guy. And next up is a pretty rare game, Holy Ground. In Japan, it's called Demento. Another survival horror game, but what makes this one kind of unique is you have a dog companion, which is hard to play in our house because every time our animals see a dog on television, they start going nuts. Next up is Obscure. It's also a game you don't see very often. They didn't make it for the original Xbox. This one's also complete. And last but not least is Rule of Rose. It's an Atlas game, which if you know anything about Atlas games, usually they're worth some money in the long run. The thing with this game, and most Atlas games are usually have short print runs, but in Europe, I can't remember if they said like there was little kids making out or just the gruesomeness of it or whatever, but this game got banned in the United Kingdom, which they recently found like a truckload of them, so the price of this actually went down overseas. But there was nothing too bad in this game, just somebody making something up. And that is it for our PlayStation 2 collection. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. If you like, please hit the subscribe button. I will be making a lot more videos in the future. At some point we'll be getting a new home. I'll be working on a new game room. I got arcade machines to mod and refurbish, rebuild. We're going to do a lot of Let's Play type videos, and slowly but surely I'm just going to kind of go through our collection and show them off. So thanks everybody, and y'all have a good day.